Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of this replay between Th00 and Ferfe. Currently have Th00's hero shadow melded, trying to protect his expansion attempt on the left hand side. Gets another fan of knives off, killing a sorceress and taking a lot of units of health down. Needs to retreat that warden out of there though, as the health is falling quite rapidly. Ferfe is taking his army towards this tree of life. Going to deny that expansion attempt, or at least he's going to try as hard as he can. Another fan of knives just riddling down the army of Ferfe. Th00 doing a very good job of keeping those hippogriffs out of the line of fire. He's just keeping them to the back and then picking off a unit at a time, getting minimal losses on his flying units. Doesn't look like this tree of life is going to last, even though he's pulled his wisp off to start repairing it. Uprooted his Ancient of War now to try and get some extra damage in, but the tree of life does fall. Looks like that Ancient of War is going to fall as well. Ferfe has brought up some militia as well to help in this battle. There's a good fork lightning on all those hippogriffs that's took him down to about quarter health off each. Warden levels up to level 6 and the Avatar of Vengeance is in play. He's just casting those Spirits of Vengeance now that can't be harmed. So he's going to be harassing Ferfe's army with those a lot. Ferfe trying to focus down that Warden, but every time he gets him down into red hit points, it's quickly out of the battle. Those Spirits of Vengeance there cannot be harmed, they just have to wait until they dispel, so Ferfe has no choice but to just run away from those. They're trying to focus down those priest casters. Looks like he may get one. No, he manages to get the Staff of Preservation to his base. That priest now going to be healing up at his base, unable to be used until he's full health. Good fork lightning coming off again on those hippogriff riders, all of them under the effects of slow. Use the Avatar of Vengeance to kill 2 sheep so he can bring those up into Spirits of Vengeance form. It's a good play from Th00. Still focusing down those priests. Going to have a hard time killing them as there are more than one priest in the group, so every time he gets one low he can just start healing it back up with the others. Just chasing Ferfe's army off with those Spirits of Vengeance now. He seems to be bringing his army back into the fray. That Warden's sitting on a lot of mana, so it's probably going to be doing a lot of harassment at the moment. Fairy Dragon almost fell there for Th00. In fact, I think it did fall. The Peasant has been killed there. That's 4 Spirits of Vengeance up for Th00 now. He's doing a lot of damage with those. Another priest has been Staff of Preservation back to his base. I do apologise, that's a Staff of Sanctuary, it's the human staff. It differs to the Staff of Preservation as it stuns the unit when it goes back to the main town hall, and you can't use it until it goes up to full health. It's a good fan of knives coming off again from the Warden, and it gets straight back out of there, but it's under the effects of slow and frost arrows right now, so he needs to be careful with that. Another fan of knives taking out the Rifleman there and taking a lot of units down straight away, pulling his Avatar of Vengeance and the Warden back out of the fight. 3 Spirits of Vengeance now, just still trying to focus down the tail end of the army of Ferfe. Looks like Ferfe maybe wanted to make a push. No, yeah, he seems to be heading towards his base. We have no expansion up from either player still at the moment. A couple of scout farms have been put up from Ferfe. Th00's Warden and his army across the right hand side of the map. Ferfe is starting to focus down these Ancients of Law, as he knows Dryads are going to be produced from those that will negate all his spellcasters. Another priest falls for Ferfe's army to the Spirits of Vengeance. In comes a few Dryads to the fold. They haven't yet got Abolished Magic, but as soon as they do get that, those water elements are going to be into trouble. You can dispel the level 2 water elements quite quickly with those Dryads. That's a huge chunk of experience going to be keep going for the Warden, who's now reached level 7. He's bought Potion of Mana so he can just keep that harassment going with his mana. Just trying to pick off that water element with Abolished Magic just before it gets out of there. It's a nice fan of knives taking down all the Riflemen there, but he managed to get the Staff of Sanctuary onto one of them. Knight's being produced now by Ferfe. Obviously wants to get some meat shield up front of his army. Th00 still has this Goblin Zeppelin at the bottom right of the map. He's not utilising that at the moment, just leaving it there in case he needs it. Got a scout tower coming up at this expansion from Ferfe. Focusing down the warden. It's in low hit points, could be in trouble. Uses the staff of preservation there though. Note that was the staff. Sorry, the scroll of town portal. That's got his entire army out of the fight. Quite a lot of dryads now come out for Th00. It's going to be a problem for Ferfe spellcasters. The fairy dragon has found this scout tower and starting to focus it down. The rest of the army is going to have no problems finishing that off at all. Ferfe returning to his base. His knight's blocked in there, so he's having to destroy his own farm to get it out of there. Not a good move, but it happens to the best of us. He's doing a bit of shopping, gathering his forces, and he's going to make another push by the looks of things. Extensive force of dryads now. Not quite sure if they've been upgraded. No upgrades are being researched, and they're still sitting on 0-0. Slowly phasing out the hippogriff riders by the looks of things. He's not going to be using them as much. Very close to each other now. Inner fire being cast on all their units every time there's a battle from Ferfe's army. I think Th00 smells blood now. He's going to try and make a push into Ferfe's base. That priest is being focused down. Does manage to get the Staff of Sanctuary on it though before he loses it. Well played by Ferfe. He's focusing down that rifleman now. Water element falls to abolish magic. The Avatar of Vengeance is back in the fight, so he's going to be casting those Spirits of Vengeance. In comes the Warden on the left hand side. Just staying out of surround range. Gets in there and launches the Fan of Knives. The Knight gets taken down. That Fairy dragging up in the skies, dealing massive damage to those casters. Another Knight seems to be falling. Down he goes. Ferfe could be in a lot of trouble now. His army's just been picked to pieces. Its third Knight falls in this battle. In comes the Warden with a nice blink and a Fan of Knives taking out that Fire Lord. It's well played there by Th00. Another full health Knight being focused down. Hippogriff Rider falls for Th00. Those Spirits of Vengeance can now just go in and follow and hammer those units down. May want to pull back there. That Arcane Tower is going to be taking his summoning down. Just pulling all his units to the right of the base so he can attack unharmed from that tower. In go the Spirits of Vengeance, still following those units around. It's a very annoying tactic there until they dispel. Looks like Ferfe's going to be losing that farm. Down falls a water element to abolish magic. Another one goes down to abolish magic. That Warden is incredibly high level at the moment. It's nearly level 9. We have a level 4 Archmage and a level 3 Naga Sea Witch currently for Ferfe. He is resurrecting his Fire Lord, but Th00 is trying to focus down that altar. It's a nice blink and Fan of Knives yet again from Th00. He's using that Warden very well. Most of his armies now at yellow hit points or below. He's bringing bears into the fight, which could really help him in this push tank the damage at the front of the army. The Fire Lord's back on the field. He's just been resurrected. That Spirit of Vengeance. Just making his way in there to see what's going on. Starts attacking the priest. Priest is quite wisely running off and trying. The rest of Ferfe's army is trying to keep a wall there so the Spirits of Vengeance can't get through while the priest heals up. It's well played by Ferfe. Regeneration being cast on all the low health units from the bears. Th00 has decided to give up there on chasing that priest, and he's just attacking whatever he can with these Spirits of Vengeance. He's trying desperately to get them through. Down falls another farm for Ferfe. There's a good fork lightning coming off from the Naga Sea Witch. Rejuvenation cast straight away back onto the Warden. It's 3 bears and a lot of dryads now. I think Ferfe's in a lot of trouble. He's just sitting on an army of his 3 heroes, a priest, a sorceress, and a very damaged knight. This scout farm's been noticed, and he's going to be trying to take that down. Meanwhile, he has a expansion up and running at the left side of the map. I don't think Ferfe knows about this at all. So unless he manages to get this army out of his base and get map control back, this could be a good game for Ferfe. Another good fan of knives coming off from that warden, taking all of the spellcasters and the heroes down. Staff of Sanctuary going off there onto the Fire Lord. Really does do well for healing. If you can see the rate that healing bar is going up for the Fire Lord. Staff of Sanctuary does a very good job for heroes. It just immobilises them for a short time. Knight yet again being focused down. Those bears taking a huge chunk of the damage from this army. Militia's falling quite rapidly to that focus fire. The warden gets surrounded, but Staff of Teleportation's out of there. Going to probably use those moonwells and then come straight back into the fight with the staff. Warden is sat at level 9 now. Another nice fork lightning going off from that Naga Sea Witch. This bear looks like it's about to fall, and yes, he does manage to get the kill there. It's a full army of Spirits of Vengeance from the Avatar of Vengeance, plus all these Dryads. That's quite a lot of damage per second now for Th00. Ferfe unable to really do anything about it. He's got to sit back for a while and try and recoup his forces. Looks like this Arcane Sanctum's going to fall to the focus fire, while the Spirits of Vengeance follow this army in. Just going to focus down that Knight. Even though it's been Staff of Sanctuary, it's still falling quite fast to all that focus fire. They do 17 to 21 damage each. I think you can have up to 6 on the field at one time. Down falls the Arcane Sanctum. Th00 pulling his units back out now. Got the warden sat at the back of the army, just shadow melded, waiting for the right time to blink in and use the Fan of Knives again. That bear's been slowed and he's been focused down with regeneration on. Will it be able to get back? In goes the warden with another Fan of Knives. He's got a lot of mana to keep doing that as well, so it's big trouble for Ferfe with just his 3 heroes left. We have a priest coming to the back of the army. No units being constructed for Ferfe, no gold mine or expansion up for him. This is looking very bad for Ferfe, but he just seems to refuse to quit at the moment. Down falls another water element to abolish magic. He can't even get his unit cap up through summoned units because of those Dryads. It's a very damaged Archmage now falling back. Chimeras have joined the fight. It's not looking good for Ferfe's base at all, as they have corrosive breath upgrade. Another Hippogriff joins the battle as well. These heroes are just forced to stick at the back of the base with Spirits of Vengeance just niggling their health down. Down falls another farm. I don't know where that warden just blinked to. Ah, he's blinking his way across the map by the looks of things. He's probably got level 2 blink by now, or level 3, which is amazing. You can just blink at will and it hardly costs any mana at all. The Altar of Kings is being focused down by the Vengeance and some ranged units. That scout tower is going to fall to the Chimera's corrosive breath as well. As soon as these 2 buildings fall, that's got to be close to good game for Ferfe now. He's really not got a lot left to work with. And down falls that Altar of Kings. 2 Chimeras now attacking the barracks as well. Surely Ferfe should be calling a good game at this point, but he's been very resilient trying to stick it out. In come the Dryads to take out that farm. It's one of 3 remaining farms. And he decides to focus his castle down. If he kills that, then that's got to be it. Ferfe trying to focus those Chimera down. As soon as he starts pulling away, he retreats back into his base a little. He's trying his damnedest just to get some hits off on some units and then pull away without taking any losses. That warden's got into the fight now and cast Shadow Strike onto the Naga Sea Witch, who has now been Staff of Sanctuary, but it's too little too late. She's going to fall. Good games called by Ferfe. The Archmage falls and the Fire Lord from that Fan of Knives. That's well played by Th00. Ferfe did a good job, but he was just overwhelmed in the end. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon.